Hi there, I'm Ben Mankiewicz. Welcome back to TCM. Up next, our Memorial Day weekend war movie marathon continues with a drama set in the final days of the Korean War. It's from MGM in 1963. Kirk Douglas leads the cast in The Hook. Douglas plays an American sergeant commanding a group of soldiers on board a merchant ship stationed in South Korea. When they shoot down an enemy plane and capture its pilot, they're ordered to execute the prisoner, but neither Douglas nor his men can bring themselves to carry out that order. Kirk Douglas made The Hook at a time when his career was beginning to stall. He had not had a big box office hit in 3 years since Spartacus, directed by Stanley Kubrick, in 1960. The Hook gave Douglas the chance to play another conflicted hero, and he threw himself into the role. Douglas also assisted with choosing the cast, encouraging director George Seaton to consider 2 lesser-known young actors, Nick Adams and Robert Walker. That is not the Robert Walker you're likely thinking of, who we just saw tonight in 30 Seconds Over Tokyo. This is Robert Walker Jr., Walker's son, with actress Jennifer Jones. He'd only appeared in a half-dozen TV episodes before this and made his film debut here alongside Kirk Douglas. Nick Adams, he was more experienced, having been in movies since the mid-1950s, including supporting roles in hits like Rebel Without a Cause and Pillow Talk. At this point, Adams was better known for his work on television, starring in the Western series The Rebel, which he also co-created. When The Hook premiered, the best reviews went to another member of the cast, Filipino actor Enrique Magalona, who plays the Korean POW and only has a few words of dialogue, none of which were in English. From 1963, directed by George Seaton, The Hook. The Hook was directed by George Seaton, who at this point was a 4-time Oscar-nominated director and screenwriter. He had won twice for Best Screenplay, both times for Miracle on 34th Street and The Country Girl. He earned another nomination for one of his final films, the landmark 1970 disaster movie Airport. Seaton directed The Hook in the middle of a string of war movies he made in the early 1960s. A year earlier, Seaton wrote and directed the highly underrated World War II spy thriller The Counterfeit Traitor, starring William Holden. After finishing The Hook, Seaton made another World War II thriller, 36 Hours, starring James Garner, Eva Marie Saint, and Rod Taylor. As for the star of The Hook, Kirk Douglas, this movie did not turn out to be the box office hit Douglas was hoping for. His career finally got a boost a year later when he co-starred in director John Frankenheimer's Cold War thriller 7 Days in May. Coming up, Richard Todd gives an Oscar-nominated performance as a dying soldier in a World War II drama, co-starring Ronald Reagan and Patricia Neal. The Hasty Heart is next on TCM.
Next on TCM, The Hasty Heart, then Imitation General, and later High Barbary. Lie low with TCM Tonight.